let's talk about some of the fundamental differences between a jazz shaping and classical shaping. The jazz airstream looks like a person having a heart attack. It is jabby. The classical airstream looks like a soft pillow. And it kind of comes down. Right? It is not to say that classical saxophone is to be played in a small contained box. That's not what I'm saying. It is not to be said that classical saxophone is not played with really great time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the airstream is a large shaped vehicle. Some people translate this to delayed attack or a willy-nilly sense of time. That's not what I mean. Also, in classical saxophone, we have this term called a lift. Does Ed talk about lifts? I'm going to talk about releases. In classical saxophone, you guys can probably see this very well. In classical saxophone, every note, at the end of every phrase, every note has what we call a lift. And that is that at the very, very end, we have a small but quick decay of the volume. The end of each A sharp is a ba, right? It just happens quickly. But if I were to play that in slow motion, right? So the exact same process is happening only in time. And right now, that small element is missing when you're playing. Let's start by putting a decay at the end of each A flat. So, one thing at a time. Nice. Good. Now, here's the hard part. I'm going to shorten the full volume note. I'm going to start from here. So the decay is still going to be very present, but the actual loud note is going to be very quick. But my decay, my tail at the end of the note is still going to be full length, like a tadpole. Lots of tail, short head. Nice. Yeah. So very short head and a long tail of do. Now, we're going to put that in. Let's go slow. Slow, 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 slow. Slow. Right. By the way, you have a little bit of compression when you're playing quickly. The end of your measure, your 16th notes are moving along too fast, causing compression. Now, we haven't talked about vibrato. You were playing vibrato on your A flats. That's totally fine. We're going to get the decay just right, and then we'll put the vibrato in. So right now, I want you to play this under tempo with no vibrato. So you have time to think about one thing at a time. Always, generally in life, try to do one thing at a time. It's a lot easier. Let's start right at the tempo of the finale. There.
Okay, so that's like after he plays this.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Slowly think about all your A flats. Oh. the speed up.
Okay.
Now, I'm actually cheating because I'm not doing one thing at a time. I'm also putting a little bit of an accent on each A flat because it is a recurring motive. And when we connect recurring motive with our ear, our listeners can connect recurring motive with their ear. And when your listener understands what it is that you're doing, they like your performance better. Okay?
Okay.
Let's hear it. Good. At the very, very end of A, keep your teeth apart.
Okay.
All right? Don't close them in. As your air is going to close, don't close your teeth. Keep your teeth open.
Okay.
One more time. Yeah, exactly. And at home, when nobody else is looking. Right? Million different small variations
Yeah.
to the rhythm, so none of the pitches get lost or compressed.
Okay.
Let's talk about this E. This is the climax of the piece. This is the moment we've been waiting for, that we've been sitting through 8 minutes of music for this moment. This is the climax of the piece. Because of that, that E needs to be very loud. Very loud and in tune. How do we do this? We keep our teeth apart. We think of our mouth as a peanut. A standing up peanut. As in, this is our top lip, this is our bottom lip, and these are our corners. Corners go in to support the mouthpiece, but everything else is long. I'm not saying my mouth looks like this. I'm saying that this is a metaphor that helps me keep everything open and not have my chin getting crunched up. Let's hear some loud E's. Nice. Now, let's see where the edge of the cliff is so we can fall over the cliff. How would you know where the edge is if you have not fallen over the edge? Play for me the E so loud that it cracks. It hasn't cracked yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Crack it. Hasn't cracked yet. Still no crack. Okay. I tell my students this a lot. How would you know where the edge is if you haven't fallen off the edge yet? Right? You gotta know where that edge is. Because if you're playing here, but you can be so much louder over here that it cracks over here, you should be pretty much at 80%. For double forte? One more time, can you crack it?
Maybe.
Hasn't cracked. So that'll be something to do at the comfort of your home when there's no audience. Where that limit is. And for a double forte, you want to play very loud, alright? No fear. Same thing. Alright. Can I hear you play this last phrase?
Then we need to wrap it up.
Okay. Just start here and play very loudly with a lot of air through the saxophone.